Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Definitely glad to have you back to the YouTube, the Freedom Coach Cashflow Builder channel. Before I get started, let me make sure I introduce myself for the people that do not know. Known to some, but known to others. My name is Fahim, the Freedom Coach. I am a chartered senior financial planner. I am a licensed real estate broker, mortgage broker, investment and insurance broker, credit specialist, also 3-time author of the series, Making It Happen, Zero to Hero. 1, How to Build Wealth with Money and Real Estate Investments. 2, Credit to Freedom. And 3, Freedom is Not for Sale. Also a business owner, international speaker, and trainer. But most important, your neighborhood financial professional that's want to help you be a professional, hire a professional, and get professional results. So, let's get started. So what we're going to talk about today is the 5 keys to getting out of debt. Ladies and gentlemen, one of the things that I want to share with you, by following these strategies, these principles and concepts, so by getting out of debt, also simultaneously at the same time, it also helps in your credit score and your credit building process. So if I go back and forth sometimes between debt and credit, because they are directly related to each other. So I just want to make sure I share that with you. So debt and credit is almost synonymous of each other since it goes into your credit score. All right, with that, let's get started again. All right, 5 keys for getting out of debt. The first one is a concept what we call cascading debt. Cascading debt is pretty much where some process where something is going on top of each other. Now, you can go forwards with something going on top of each other, or you can go backwards with something going on top of each other. And so what that is 2 strategies. One is called avalanche. May spell it right or wrong. Don't recall. And snowballing. Okay. So let me explain the difference. And within our program, we have the 5 ways to improve your credit faster. We talk about this. We have a Dis to Debt program that we have for investment and credit that's on our YouTube channel that you want to make for sure you use that. How to buy real estate fast and talking about debt to income ratio. We got all these different things on our channel. So make for sure, like I say, that you subscribe to the channel and go back and watch some of my videos. So just to give you a quick clarification, avalanche is when you are working on the largest bill. Snowball is when you're working on the smallest bill. So it doesn't matter which one you use, because basically I have a software and a formula that when you put into it, it'll let you know which one should you pay off first, the lowest one or the highest one. The reason why a lot of people really like using the snowball, because they thinking about the psychological effect that if I pay off a $20 bill or a $100 bill versus me paying off a $500 bill, that you have more success. And it is some truth to that. But from a mathematical equation, paying off the highest debt from a mathematical perspective is better. But ladies and gentlemen, it doesn't matter if you use the avalanche theory or the snowballing theory. The concept is that you pay off one bill, take the same monies and use it to accelerate to pay off all the bills until that process is done. We have a software cash flow manager, cash flow strategist that we use that's going to give you the blueprint, the blue plan, and a blueprint that's going to break it down to the dollar, to the day, to the week, to the month, and to the years that you be debt free. So that's the first thing with that. The next thing, and of course this is going to help with your score as well. Now again, in no direct particular order, the next thing, it doesn't matter if you own a home or not, so you could do a home refi consolidation, okay? Or you could just do a regular consolidation, okay? All right, you can just do a regular consolidation. And I'm not talking about Now, this one we want to be real careful on. I'm not talking about where you go to a company and the company says, oh, we're going to be responsible for paying your bills and let us take over and you pay them a fee. I'm not talking about those companies, because not saying anything wrong with those companies, but from a debt and a credit perspective, sometimes that can form as a sense of like a bankruptcy, and it can decrease your score. What I'm talking about on consolidation, where you actually go to a particular credit union, you go to a particular bank, or even sometimes a credit card. Credit card is the last one you want to use, though, because they have a higher interest than the other two. But you do the math. You're looking at the cash outlay and not only the interest rate. Because by using the avalanche or the snowballing method, even if you use the credit card to pay it off, if you use the strategy, you can still accelerate and not overpay in interest, because you could pay it off early. But I'm talking about going to a bank and you got a $2,000 bill, $5,000 bill, and you got a $3,000. That's a total of $10,000. And you got these 3 accounts and you're spending $1,000 a month. Even though you might have a 6 interest, a 10, you may have a 12. And now you can consolidate that. And instead of you spending $1,000 a month, now you're only spending $700. So now you have cash flow $300 a month that you did not have, even though you have the same debt. Make sure you're following. Now, you can take that $300, you can invest it, get some insurance to protect your family income, or you can get that $300 and you can use the avalanche or the snowballing method, and now you can accelerate to pay that debt off earlier. And if you need to once a month, you can put some of that cash flow in an investment insurance to do some other things with it and start a business. So that's the thing regarding that, okay? So that's where we're talking about that consolidation, not hiring a company. That's a different programming method. Now, the next one, home refinance consolidation. Some people talk bad about it. Some people talk good about it. Ladies and gentlemen, let's do the math, okay? So don't get caught up in what people say. I tell you to do the math. That's right. Write it down. Do the math. Be a professional, hire a professional, and get professional results. So what you want to do, you're looking at it in your cash outlay. So you're looking at if you have a house that you are risking to about to lose because you're not able to make the mortgage payment. You're not able to make the car payment. You're not able to make the credit cards and the other debt. So if you are $500 in the quote red and you could do a consolidation and be $1,000 in the green, duh. It makes sense to do it. So, ladies and gentlemen, you want to do that, because most of the time, let's keep it 100. Most people don't never really use the equity in their house effectively or use it at all. A lot of times people sell the house in 10, 15, 20 years and somebody else can pay for it. And so therefore, or people lose it altogether. Our job is to say you cash and increase your cash flow. So now if you was $500 in the red, we put you now $1,000 in the green, because now you have all these bills paid off into one, and you able to write the interest off on your taxes where you could not normally do it before. See, it was some years ago you could write the interest off on credit cards. The government changed the law on that. But now, if you refinance it, the interest and the debt you was paying you couldn't write off, guess what you could do? You could write it off. Y'all say big deal. That's why I tell you, make for sure where it's at, where that button at. Make sure you hit the subscription button up, down, left, or right. Make sure you subscribe. We got all kind of good stuff on our channel. So we want to make for sure you do that. That's a big deal. Be a professional, hire a professional, get professional results. If it make dollars, it makes sense. That's why you should do it, okay? The next thing, and this will help with your score. You want to be careful with this one. You want to get with somebody like myself, a credit specialist. Make sure you comment below, get some information. So you want to also possibly do what is called settlement offers, okay? You want to do settlement offers, okay? This is another. Now, what settlement offers, and again, you want to make sure you're talking to a credit specialist, someone that deals in this area, because you don't want to have a settlement offer and it stays on your report as something negative. You want to make a settlement offer where you can pay it off and you get a positive history. Because if it's going to benefit them or getting paid off early, then you want it to benefit you. So now, what's a settlement offer? Settlement offer, on an average, is anywhere where you decide to pay 50% most of the time, up to about 75% of the balance of that particular money on that account. And it's one key with that. Normally when you do that, you have anywhere between 7 to 14 days to make that happen. That's the thing. When you make that settlement offers, sometimes 7 days, no more than 14 days on an average, they want it. Every blue moon, maybe 30, but it's hardly ever longer than that. Because what you're doing, you're asking someone that you have not, a lender that you agreed to, that gave you an account, you use this money, use this account, and for whatever reason, you had a challenge. We say it all the time, quote, bad things happen to good people. Okay, so things happen, and so now you're asking them to take a loss. You owe them $10,000, and you want to pay them $7,500, and them take a $2,500 loss on it. Well, in a real loss, they're gonna write off on their taxes. Okay, so that's why people say, well, why would they do the settlement offer? Because they're gonna write it off on their taxes as a loss of the money from you, and they're gonna get it. And why they're gonna do it is better get $7,500 from a person who ain't paying at all versus risking it none, and then they just wash the 25% off as a loss. So it's a win-win all the way around. But you want to make for sure that when you structure this offer, that they're going to give you a positive reflection on your credit, or it makes no sense to pay it off and you still show negative. So you're still taking a hit and you paid it off. So you want to make for sure. But settlement offers can definitely save you some on that. The next thing we have, and this is huge. We have definitely. I have a young lady on my team that we're working with, and she ditched the debt. All right, ditch the debt. And in this, one of the things, GSL, and we have, we're in a program, GSL stands for Guaranteed Student Loan, and that basically is some strategies that you can use to help to be able to reduce your student loan, increase your cash flow, anywhere between $150 to $300. So they got different programs that you can use and options that you can use based on that. So what happens is a lot of times people don't know what they don't know, as my mentor said, and they think they know. So just because you haven't heard it don't mean it's not true, and just because you haven't done it don't mean it cannot be done. And so we want to make for sure, again, you get with a professional, a higher professional, get a professional like myself to get professional results. So we want to make sure we share that with you. So that's ditch the debt program. That's huge with that. And then the last one that we have, 5 keys that I know you probably heard this saying, but we want to make for sure we have something right here. Bam. We have something called a Freedom Financial Assessment Plan, FAP. What it is, you want to have a blueprint. You want to have a game plan that lets you know everything from your debt to your investments to increasing your cash flow. Because by you having a schedule, which is how we do majority of things in our life. How do you go to work on a schedule? How do you go to school on a schedule? How you work out on a schedule? How you go on to a diet on a schedule? How do they run different events on a schedule? How is the TV programs on a schedule? And so by having a schedule, a blueprint, a format, you're able to change it. So, ladies and gentlemen, as I get ready to close out, 5 keys to getting out of debt. I'm telling you, let your family and friends know. Y'all got to get on this Freedom Coach Cashflow Builder channel. He off the chain. He giving us, hey, as I tell you all the time, the hustle is for free, but the game is for a fee. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm giving y'all the hustle. It's for free. All you got to do is get on the YouTube channel, the Freedom Coach Cashflow Builder or the Freedom Coach FTMG, and get this thing done. As I say all the time, good things come to those who wait, but only what's left over from those who hustle. My name is Fahim Muhammad, the Freedom Coach. Free yourself, and your dreams will follow. Oh, I'm out.